What's up ADHD crew? Today I'm going to discuss with you what I think is the best remedy to ADHD issues and driving. ADHD can be very dangerous on the road if it's unmanaged. ADHD makes it harder for a person to shut out surrounding distractions in the environment, as well as their own daydreaming thoughts, staying focused on potential hazards and the distance between themselves and the car in front, all while trying to juggle the task of keeping an eye on their own speed. It is possible that you might have to go to your insurer to tell them about your ADHD, just for precautions. Now obviously I'm pulled over here in a car park and I'm not going to be driving while making a video because I want to lead by example and show you that you have to be sensible. So the core principles to driving effectively with ADHD boils down to 1. Distraction management, 2. Overwhelm reduction, and 3. Impulsivity control. So anyway, the first thing you'll want to consider is whether you're going to be driving medicated or not. It's statistically proven that medication can help reduce accidents, but it's up to you. You can always use natural alternatives like caffeine right before your journey. Okay, so let's look into some distraction management methods. So the first tip I would say is, if you've got a mobile phone on you, do not be using it while driving. Do not multitask. You're asking for trouble. So I would put your phone in the glove compartment so that you're not tempted to reach out at it and answer anything, any notifications that you might get. So the key here is to put it out of sight, out of mind. However, if you're reliant on your phone for, say, GPS navigation, make sure you've got an attachment so that you just don't have to hold it, and it's one less risk to take. Now, on to music. Some of us need music to concentrate better, and we find that it helps us focus, but others, it's just a plain distraction. For me, personally, I think silence is better, but what do you do if you prefer having music on? Now, there are some risk factors with using music. The first one is the fact that you have to use a device in order to play it. And if you're constantly skipping through songs and browsing while driving, that's asking for trouble. So to remedy this, you can just make a playlist of your favorites in advance, or stick with one playlist for that particular journey. If you have someone with you, let them take charge of music duty, so it's one less thing for you to manage. Now I just want to point out that music volume does play a role in this, and you want to be wary of how loud it is, because if you have it too loud and it drowns out the surrounding noise, you're at risk of not being aware of an oncoming hazard. Okay, so now let's look at some overwhelm reduction techniques. Don't let yourself get caught out. I think the first thing you want to take note of is your petrol or gas up to par? Stock up on gas or essential items well before you really need it. Keep a reminder on your phone so that you get a notification in advance. Also, if you're planning to get somewhere by a particular time, it always helps to have an alarm set 10 minutes early. Being safe is better than being sorry. Busy environments can make driving more stressful, especially in heavy traffic. Remember just to focus on your breathing and maybe roll down the windows to get some fresh air. It'll all be over soon. It's also important to tell your passengers that you need to concentrate for a while so that you don't get sidetracked during conversation. If you have an issue going on and it's distracting you, always pull over to address sudden or ongoing issues while driving. Don't try to multitask. This goes for taking an important phone call, finding out directions, talking to a passenger, and stopping for breaks to keep your mind from fatiguing. Lastly, I just want to touch on impulsivity control. Now meds can help with this, but otherwise this may be harder to control in general, and a lot of it is down to just being mindful and aware. So proper planning in advance will reduce the likelihood of things like speeding because you're late. You can also download speed checking apps that make sound whenever you go over the maximum speed, and I think that might help, but just bear in mind you want to put the phone out of reach so that you're not checking it while driving. And also things like road rage. Road rage will always distract you if you allow it, and it'll increase your risk of getting into an accident. So just learn to let it go. It's not going to matter tomorrow, honestly. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy. Remember to stay safe. See you next time. Bye.